Hi guys, I'm back. So today I'm going to show you breakfast in China part 2. Stay tuned. Good morning guys. So last week I was trying to film a breakfast in China, and while I was trying to finish filming and everything, I suddenly and accidentally dropped my camera and broke the lenses that came with it. It's suffice to say that it's difficult to film while winter like this, especially filming outside. Anyway, this week I'm happy to be back because I used my saving to actually bought a new lens, and will later use my Patreon account to actually gather those money that people support and donate to actually replace this lens that I'm currently using. Anyway, enough jibby jabber. Today I'm going to market and show you bits of pieces of what is actually people eating in the morning, and a great variety of selection. I have to note that breakfast in China varies differently from the north to the south, and meanwhile I can only show you what's in the north part of China. I can't really speak for the southern part of China. So I'm trying my best to cover everything. I'll see you again a bit later. Bye! So I have just arrived at the market. I just figured out that it's not so busy as probably other market would be, and I actually went here yesterday to actually just research a little bit before actually filming, and I found today just now that one of the sellers, or a few others of them, they're not really opened yet, probably because it's winter, they start late, or I don't know. But I'll try my best to actually buy here and there and everything, and so we can actually taste a little bit all together and let you know what it is and how does it taste. Yeah. I actually get the exclusive access to shoot a little bit the progress and process of how they make the bread, and they're so excited that they actually film me back because they're excited that I'm a Muslim as well, because they are, and I'm from Indonesia, which the idea of foreigners is fascinating for them. So let me show you. 这个是老拜，对吧？你好，你说好，你好。
你好。
你好，
你好。
好的。So yeah, it's pretty exciting. They keep recording me. See? Hello 吗？好了吗？
来一个。
好了吗？好的好的，拜拜。老爸有几个一个？
要哪个？要哪个？这刚哪？
小，我要小
要小的
啊，小的。
这行吧？
这个是小吗？
对，这个也是个大。
这个大，不要大。可以啊，
给3块钱。
3块。要微信吗？
啊？
有微信吗？
有。你们是哪个国家的？
印度尼西亚。
印度哦。
不是印度，印度尼西亚。
哦，印度尼西亚。
对，你知道印度尼西亚吗？
啊，知道。
知道。哇，厉害呀！
哎呀，你的汉语说得好啊，美女。
我可以说一点点，3块对吧？
啊？
多少
3块钱。
3块钱，好的。好的。
好。
Hi guys, so I have arrived at a tea bar. I'm thinking of filming and testing a bunch of different foods, different snacks that I actually bought at the market, as well as a soy milk. I was thinking of actually filming at a park, but then it's so freaking cold, I kid you not. It's -1 degrees today. All of these snacks mostly cost me around from 1 yuan to 3 yuan. Alright, the first one is a soy milk. It's called Bhauja. This is what it looks like. If you can see, basically it's just soy milk. It cost me 2 yuan. So it's basically a soy milk without adding too much sugar, which is alright. If you're not used to with soy milk, probably the taste will be a bit too weird. That was my first. Alright guys, the second one that I'm going to try, it is called youtiao, which means a basically dipped fried twisted dough stick. It's so oily. Let me try to get a bite. So you're basically eating dough. It's slightly chewy and crispy. Usually they pair like this, it's slightly twisted, and so it's a deep fried. That's what it's called, youtiao. Yo means oil in Chinese, and this one cost me 2 yuan. Okay, the third food that we're going to taste, which is a very famous one, is called Bhauja, which means a steamed bun filled with variety of different things and filling. Usually one that is very popular and a lot of people that actually eat is Bhauja that is filled with pork. However, due to my restriction, I can't eat pork, so I opted for something else. Let's see. Oh, it's basically, can you see that? It's slightly spicy, but it tastes actually good, and this one only cost me 1 yuan. Next one, this is basically bread. It's actually bread. If you can see, it's slightly sweet. This one cost me 2 yuan. To be honest, all of these are quite less nutritious, if you know what I mean, because it's basically all deep fried dough, bread, and something that is lack of protein. This one, I don't know if you can see exactly. It looks like pizza and with some stuff on top of it. Actually, to me, this is Chinese pizza. Let me try. This is one of my favorite snacks. So with this type of thing, you can tell or you can ask whether you want to have 3 yuan or 5 yuan, and then they will measure. 这个3块可以吗？ how many grams will you get? But this taste, you can see it's chili here and there, so it's basically covered with chili sauce, and I think sesame seed and some onions, that's why it's savory. Let's get to the next one. I think this one, it's like a sweet fried, what is it? I don't know. Let me try. Oh, look at that. So it's filled with a bit of black sesame. I think it's going to be sweet. It is actually sweet. I think there's some kind of sugar in it, melted sugar. But then again, it's all very oily. This one is very famous in China. It's called Rujamo. It's like Chinese sandwich. Basically, it cost me 3 yuan. Actually, the accident is that usually they fill up with pork, and so I figured that it was pork. So I asked the lady not to actually fill them with pork. It's just with vegetable. You see, we have carrots here, and several others, even green pepper. This one is savory, and I think in most parts of China you will easily find this. The next one is the bread that I had the privilege to actually record the whole process of making it. You see, the bread is it's so moist, it's so fluffy. Oh my goodness. Let me try. It doesn't taste anything strong. Some kind of seasoning for sure. It's really nice. This one cost me only, guess what, 1 yuan. The last one, I think this could be the, I would say, the most wholesome food, because it's potato. Basically a real food. You see, sweet potato. This one cost me 3 yuan. The seller had to measure of how much of this one, and I was asking for a small one, and it only cost me 3 yuan. Let me try. All of these snacks that I tried are mostly carbs. However, if you're looking for snacks, this could be really a great one. There are plenty of other Chinese breakfasts that I haven't covered yet, and even I could not cover it yet because I haven't found any here. And so I apologize for that. And there's this one breakfast that is so famous in all over China. It's called jianbing. It's like crepes and made of rice flour and filled with eggs, sausage, as well as crackers, and it tastes so good. And this morning I was about to film, but the seller that I usually bought, they're not selling, so I'll try to put the extra video about that at the end of this video. That's everything that I would like to record, and thank you so much for actually watching, for your support. I'm actually very happy to be able to film again, and hopefully you like this lens better, and I'll get to see you again in my next video. Bye bye.